Hello dear linguisticians, hello lovely linguisticians, hello amazing linguisticians, hello my lovely linguisticians with wholehearted, all-hearted and warm wishes from Utkarsh classes. Your mentor Mahendra Kumar Sharma welcomes you to the core of my heart to this amazing world of CUET that stands for Common University Entrance Test with the specific references to all the multiple and best universities, Central Universities of India, and with this beautiful platform under the aegis of Utkarsh classes. This is indeed a great privilege as well as an honor to be your mentor over here with a successful scheduling of multiple things where we could be able to understand the various dimensions of English language besides many approaches to literature also. Now we will be moving further with our next schedule that will be based upon the one of the most controversial, the one of the most confusing, the one of the most amazing topics that we call in English grammar, and that's a preposition. So this preposition, of course, with the successful accomplishment of this schedule also, I think my lovely linguisticians will be comfortable enough to understand the various approaches to prepositions. So kids, when it comes to me, I just wholeheartedly once again welcome to Bhupendra Kalma, Karan Modi, Prachi Tiwari, Lucky Baba, that's Utkarsh Patel, Atar Singh, Viral Yadav, Jaideep Patel, Tukir Reza, and this is Dipali Chauhan and Saloni Jha. There are so many lovely names besides so many beautiful people who have been actually a part to this journey where we are going to create actually history over here. As this has always been a successful tradition that we always initiate or we always commence our class with some inspiring scenario around us. This time also I just want to bless myself, I just want to bless all my lovely linguisticians with this amazing piece of composition which has been composed by Mirza Ghalib when he says to us, हर एक बात पे कहते हो तुम कि तू क्या है, हर एक बात पे कहते हो तुम कि तू क्या है, तुम ही कहो ये अंदाज़े गुफ्तगू क्या है। हर एक बात पे कहते हो तुम कि तू क्या है, तुम ही कहो कि ये अंदाज़े गुफ्तगू क्या है। रगों में दौड़ते फिरने के हम नहीं कायल, रगों में दौड़ते फिरने के हम नहीं कायल, जब आँख ही से ना टपका हो तो फिर लहू क्या है, जब आँख ही से ना टपका हो तो फिर लहू क्या है, और चिपक रहा है बदन पर लहू से पैराहन, चिपक रहा है बदन पर लहू से पैराहन, हमारी जेब को अब हाजते रफू क्या है। हर एक बात पे कहते हो तुम कि तू क्या है, तुम ही कहो ये अंदाज़े गुफ्तगू क्या है। So kids, CUET, of course, that's not something which is quite new to all the linguisticians. And the time when it comes about the opting for the subject choices besides your domain subjects and reasoning, the selection towards English language and the category of languages, of course, everyone has to be very precise. And the last attempt when the first examination of CUET has been actually successfully conducted by NTA, then that was, the teaching will absolutely be based upon the multiple approaches which were incorporated as per the syllabus besides the sample paper which has been released by CUET. So this time when it comes about this particular margin, if I talk about prepositions, that will be very less because the dominative aspect it belongs to reading sections, that means reading comprehensions with the narrative ones, literary ones, discursive ones as well as factual ones. So kids, yesterday with your lovely support, with your amazing support, we could be able to accomplish actually a schedule based upon reading comprehension with one narrative and a few actually concoctions of discursive passage also. Now we will be moving further with this category that is called prepositions, which is with very less approach, I would say. There will be just a few questions, like 2 or 3 questions will be over there based upon prepositions, but it is very significant that we are required to gain some of the amazing marks. Then only it can be possible for us to fish and to fulfill our dream to DU and to BHU and to the other national universities. So kids, it is something sir, कब क्लास होगी विरल यादव बच्चा when it comes about already I have announced on this platform that whenever it comes about the domain subjects, your languages and your reasoning, the schedules have been arranged that every week there can be 2 schedules based upon a particular subject. So I have been assigned upon, I have been privileged, I have been given my time with a Friday and Saturday. So this is my with this week the last class, and then next week once again we will be meeting on Friday and and Saturday. Besides, there will be, I would say to you, the connectivity is still waiting for you. Just be a part of Utkarsh classes and you will be awarded, you will be given all the classes which are based upon schedules, scenario, parameters, as well as I would say to you a syllabus. So kids, that's very nice. I'll ask many questions that will be spontaneously created, and I hope you will be wholeheartedly positive, affirmed, and attentive to submit your right answers. So kids, once again, just all the best everyone, and I wish that you must be very comfortable, because with the accomplishment of every question, each question, we will be moving further with the reason also why this particular thing is over there. Yeah, so Manoj Chaudhary, that's a great comment that you could be able to make us instigate. Now we will be moving further with our English language, and that will be based upon prepositions. So kids, my first question comes to you. Of course, there will be MCQ series as well as MCQ questions. So my first question comes over here, and this question is, my business is just because of the sources. My business is just because of the sources which I got some of my true friends. Some of my true friends. Now first read your question. The space is over there. The space is over there. And the question is, my business is just because of the sources which I got space some of my true friends. A, on. B, in. C, towards. And D is true. D is true. सर तो बोल रहे थे कि 13 से CUET का पेड कोर्स आएगा. विरल यादव, there can be so many, I would say to you, modifications also, okay, with the announcement also. Sometimes it happens that due to some unavoidable, inescapable reasons, there can be some more, logics which are supposed to be applied over here. Now you need to actually create over there. Let's crack UPSC. That's very nice, UPSC lovers. Yeah. Now the question is, my business is just because of the sources which I got space of some of my friends. On, in, towards, as well as through. Tukir, that's a Takir Reza. Okay, you have submitted your answer, and that's a true. That's a right answer. That's a right answer. That means, of course, there will be the right answer, and that's a true. The right answer will be THROUGH, true. That means whenever there are some sourceful things जो आपने कहीं से gain की है, जो आपने कहीं से ली है, तो instead of from, we can also use through. We can also use through. That means the right option will be through, and the right approach will be to this particular meaning of this question. That's my business is just because of the sources which I got through some of my true friends. Oh, very nice. Okay. Now the question number 2 is there. The whole search, the house was meaningless as we could not find any one of them. Now the question is, look it here. अभी मेरा name का pronounce सही हुआ है. Takir Reza. That's nice बच्चा. The whole search space, the house was meaningless as we could not find any one of them. Yes. And the question comes, A, from. B, in. C, out. And D is 4. D is 4. Yeah. Yes, Takir. करत करत अभ्यास ते जड़मती होत सुजान है और रसरी आवत जावत ते सिल पर परत निशान. Sometimes it becomes very uncomfortable because tongues na it get twisted while pronouncing a few names. But Even I think instead of K there must be Q, because taqir there must be maybe. Okay, so the whole search space, the house was meaningless as we could not find any one of them. Will it be from? Will it be in? Will it be out? Will it be for? What do you think? Viral is saying, sir, there will be a. Saloni is saying कि वहाँ पर for होगा. Exactly, बच्चा. The time when it comes about this beautiful word search. Whenever it comes about this beautiful word search, जब भी आप किसी चीज की search करते हो, आप search किसी के लिए करते हो. That means there must be search for the house. There must be search for the house. So the whole search for the house was meaningless as we could not find any one of them. That means yes sir, taqir reza real है ना? Yes sir. Because when it comes about this particular pronunciation that is to be used your this thought taqir, so we need Q over there. Okay. So the whole search for the house was meaningless as we could not find any one of them. So keep in your mind, whenever we are using specifically the word search, we are required to use for. That's nice, very good. Next question is I don't want to prevent. I do not want to prevent my child exploring any art. Now the question is, look it here. I don't want to prevent my child space exploring any art. I do not want to prevent my child space exploring any art. Will it be on? Will it be to? Will it be in? Will it be from? What do you think? Yes, what do you think? Yeah. The question comes over here. I don't want to prevent my child space exploring any art. On, to, in, from. Very nice, Saloni ja. That will be from. Everyone, I think that's a very basic question. Reason उसका ये होता है कि जब भी आप prevent को use करते हो तो of course we are required. ये एक rule होता है कि आपको from का use करना चाहिए. The reason is that from use होने के बाद में ही आप उसकी जो gerund form होती है उसको use कर सकते हो. तो you are not required to go prevent on, prevent to, prevent in or anything else. There must be prevent from. The thing is that. So we are required to use over here from. That means हमें किसी भी बच्चे को रोकना नहीं है. किससे? Preventing. We are not required to prevent the child from what? From the exploring. So over here this particular noun phrase has been used and this is your preposition and that's your word prevent जो हमेशा किसके साथ में agree होता है? That will always be agreed with from. So the question will be answered in this way. I don't want to prevent my child from exploring any art. That's nice. Next question is number 4. The authority doesn't pay any attention calculation because he thinks it is meaningless. Okay, it is meaningless. The question is, the authority doesn't pay any attention space calculations because he thinks it is meaningless. Because it is meaningless. A is at, B is in, C is on, and D is for. D is 4. Now the question comes to you. Look at here, everyone. Yes. The authority doesn't pay any attention space calculation because he thinks it is meaningless. Will it be attention at calculation, attention in calculation, attention on calculation, attention for calculation? Now study is saying कि sir there will be on, Taqir Reza is saying कि sir there will be B, Saloni Jha is also saying कि sir on होगा, on होगा, on होगा. Now see everyone, जब भी आप किसी specific चीज की बात करते हो, if you are talking anything specific, like I want to pay attention, I want to pay attention on this particular thing, on that particular post, on that particular matter. Okay, I want your attention to be paid on this particular matter. That means whenever it comes about paying attention and specifically calculations, that means it must be on calculation. We are required to pay our glances, we are required to pay our attention on calculations. So the right answer will be what? That will be on. That will be on. That means we need to say the authority doesn't pay any attention on calculations because he thinks it's meaningless. That's lovely answer. Very nice. You all are moving very precisely, very honestly, and very lovely, I would say to you. Next question is there are so many challenges. There are so many challenges with science. As I am very poor. As I am very poor. Experiments. Okay. Now the question comes to you. A, N, B, at, C, 2 and D is 2 words. D is 2 words. The question comes to you over here. सर मैं CA बनूंगा तो मुझे भी CUET करनी है क्या? बच्चा, this is for universities actually. Okay, for CA there is a different platform. This is not required कि भाई हाँ कोई CA कर रहा है उसे CUET करना जरूरी है क्या? CUET is only for university admissions. Okay. Now the question is, there are so many challenges with science as I am very poor space experiments. Maximum students are moving with in. That's a wrong answer. That's a wrong answer. This in will not be actually a right answer. This in will not be actually a right answer. जब भी आप किसी specific subject की बात कर रहे हो and you want to prove your expertise, you want to prove your expert situation with that particular subject, either it is mathematics, either it is language, either it is any kind of subject. अगर आप उस चीज में अच्छे होते हो, अगर आप उस चीज में expert होते हो, अगर आप उस चीज में poor होते हो, average होते हो, तो आप उस subject के अंदर नहीं होते हो. ध्यान रखो, you are not in that particular subject. आप उस subject के एक specific place पर होते हो, and this place is what? Experiment. This place is what? Experiment. जैसे घर होता है तो हम घर के तो अंदर होते हैं, लेकिन अगर हम दरवाजे के ऊपर हो तो हम नहीं कह सकते कि भाई I am in that door, हैं? I am in that airport. No, I am at the airport, I am at the door, I am at the reception, I am at somewhere. That means जो भी आपका एक collective aspect होता है उसमें individual चीज आती है, कोई भी निर्दिष्ट कोई भी specific place होता है, वहां पर आपको at का use करना होता है. किसका use करना होता है? At का use करना होता है. Because you are not poor in science, but you are poor the time when it comes about experiments. So in case you are required to say, you will say I am very poor at experiments, I am very poor at language, I am very good at language, I am very good at mathematics. Okay, so the right answer will be at. Okay, we are supposed to pronounce in this way. There are so many challenges with science as I am very poor at experiments. Okay, next question it comes to you kids, and that's your question number 6. That's your question number 6. Huh? The thief tried to run away, but the smart policeman caught him his neck. Okay, caught him space his neck. A is to, B is through, C is on, D is by. D is by. Now see, okay, understood? Very nice. Now see next question, and that's also इस तरह के बहुत से competitive questions है वो आपके कई तरह के एग्जाम्स में पूछे जाते हैं. The question says to you, the thief tried to run away, but the smart policeman caught him, space his neck. सर कौन सा एग्जाम बेस्ट है, AFCET या CDS? बच्चा बिरल यादव सब बेस्ट है अपनी जगह है, बस हमें क्या होता है, हमें एक लक्ष्य निर्धारित करना होता है, हमें डाइवर्ट नहीं होना होता है, हम जिसमें सबसे अच्छे हैं सबसे पहले उसी पे फोकस करना होता है. जैसे एक इंसान अगर RAS की तैयारी करता है तो जो वो आपके छोटे मोटे एग्जाम्स होते हैं वो बहुत ईजिली क्रैक कर पाता है. तो थिंक फॉर द बिगर ड्रीम्स, थिंक फॉर द बिगर अपॉर्चुनिटीज, द स्मॉलर विल इजीली, यू नो, द स्मॉलर विल इजीली बी ग्रैब्ड. होता ना कि भी हाँ कि किसी के घर से पानी मत लेकर के आओ, अपने घर में कुआं खोद लो ताकि कोई आपसे लेकर के जाएगा. तो थिंक बिगर, द थिंक, जब छोटी चीजों के ऊपर गौर करोगे तो बड़ी चीजें हासिल नहीं कर पाओगे, बड़ी चीजें हासिल करोगे तो छोटी चीजें अपने आप आ जाएगी. शोएब अख्तर इज सेइंग कि सर कौन सी बुक लेना है हम लोगों को बता दीजिए. वी विल बी प्रोवाइडिंग यू एवरीथिंग, यू आर नॉट रिक्वायर्ड टू गो एनीथिंग बियॉन्ड उत्कर्ष क्लासेस. बच्चा मोस्ट ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स हैव सेंट मी राइट आंसर्स एंड दे ऑल आर सेइंग कि भाई बाय 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 होगा. दैट्स वेरी नाइस. द राइट आंसर विल बी, दैट्स विल बी बाय. That will be by. That means the thief tried to run away, but the smart policeman caught him by his neck. क्योंकि जब भी हम किसी को कहीं से पकड़ते हैं, किसी हाथ से, किसी organ के behalf के ऊपर, तो we are required to use what? That will be by. Very nice. Now next question comes to you. There were so many immoral actions which had been charged my father, and he was outcasted, are on community. Now there will be one pair. That means, of course, the places are different. There are two options. There were so many immoral actions which had been charged, space, my father, and he was outcasted, space, are on community. Now the question comes to you with your options, and the first option is AGAINST, and the second one will be 4. B is from AGAINST, and C will be AGAINST and from, and D will be 4 and then AGAINST. What do you think, kids? There is a pair and you are supposed to choose जहां पर आपका सीक्वेंस, जहां पर आपके ऑप्शंस है वो perfectly agree हो रहे हैं. ठीक है ना? Yes sir. The question is, there were so many immoral actions which had been charged, space, my father, and he was outcasted, space, are on community. Now Saloni Jha, okay, she seems very, I would say to you, spontaneous as well as very fastest. तोकीर रेजा, नैन्सी सिंह, मनोज चौधरी, बिरल यादव, लकी बाबा. अरे यार लकी बाबा तुम्हारा थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूजन हो गया है. दैट मीन्स दैट्स वेरी नाइस बच्चा. मोस्ट ऑफ द आंसर्स आई वुड से टू यू 99% आंसर्स आर एब्सोल्युटली राइट एक्सेप्ट वन ओनली. सबसे पहले देखो कि चार्ज्ड, व्हेनेवर देयर आर चार्ज्ड, व्हेनेवर देयर आर चार्जेस हैं तो वो चार्जेस कभी फेवर में नहीं होते हैं, वो बिल्कुल ऑपोजिट में होते हैं. और जब भी चीजें ऑपोजिट में होती है वो आपके अगेंस्ट में होती है, वो आपके क्या होती है, अगेंस्ट में होती है. That means the first pair that will be agreed with your against option. Now the question says to you, there were so many immoral actions which had been charged against my father. Then it comes and he was outcasted. Outcasted, that means जब भी आप किसी चीज को disengage करते हो तो you are supposed to disengage it, something from something. आप जब भी किसी चीज को हटाते हो तो किसी चीज को किसी चीज से हटाते हो. तो the father has been outcasted or had been outcasted from their own community. So there will be from. There will be from. That means the right pair will be against and from, and that will be C. C will be the right option. And now the whole question says to you, there were so many immoral actions which had been charged against my father, and he was outcasted from our own community. That's very nice. Next question says to you, I could not understand most of the questions which were my level, but many of the jury members supported my enthusiasm continuous clapping. Okay, it's a little big question. See here, everyone. I could not understand most of the questions which was space my level, but many of the jury members supported my enthusiasm space continuous clapping. Now the option comes to you, and look at here. A, 2, beyond. B, beyond 2. C is across, through, and D is through, across. Yeah. Of were. तो okay, Reza, you yourself have decided कि भी हाँ that will be the thing. But of course I'll give you some other options जो कहीं ना कहीं से और भी set हो सकते हैं. I know many students must be thinking कि भी हाँ of my level that can be the right thing, and some might be thinking कि भी हाँ beyond होना चाहिए, some might be thinking across होना चाहिए. तो I have given you a particular pair ताकि pair के बिहार पर आप और justify कर सको. I could not understand. Okay, please read it. This T is unnecessary. So I could not understand most of the questions which was space my level, but many of the jury members supported my enthusiasm space continuous clapping. Many of the students are moving with C except a few ones who are moving with D also. Now see students, जब भी कोई चीज आपके लेवल से परे होती है, that means you are not able to understand it, तो वो या तो across होती है और या फिर वो आपकी beyond होती है. Beyond is also right and across is also right. तो अगर हम beyond के साथ में चलते हैं यहाँ पर, तो आगे वाला हमारा agree करना चाहिए, to agree करना चाहिए. That means अगर हम यहाँ पर beyond को लेते हैं तो acceptable, but आगे वाला सही हो रहा है क्या? Were beyond my level, doesn't matter, right? क्योंकि तभी आप समझ नहीं पाए हो, because the task was beyond your status. But many of the jury members supported my enthusiasm to continuous clapping. No, it's not required. That means this is not required. तो आपके ये दोनों के दोनों options क्या होते हैं? They are disqualified. Both of the options are disqualified over here. This is also not required. That is also not required. अब हमें choose करना है through में से और across में से. तो easily understood. That means there will be across and there will be through. There will be through. Okay, so this set will be, and this set belongs to this one, and that's a C is your right answer. C is your right answer. So we can say I could not understand most of the questions which were across my level, but many of the jury members supported my enthusiasm through continuous clapping. Next question. This was the project. This was the project which was launched I had already done my task. My surprise, they all are denouncing my name. Okay, try to connect. It's a kind of standardized question. See here, this was the project which was launched, space. Okay, I had already done my task. My surprise, they all are denouncing my name. Okay, if you want, I can change the color of this particular statement so you can be more comfortable to recognize your statement actually, and that will be okay. Now it comes the options for you, and the option says to you, just 1 second, yeah, A, and that will be launched before, after. B is after 2. C is 2 before, and that's D is before 2. Okay, before 2. Now say kids, the question says to you, this was the project which was launched, space, I had already done my task. I had already done my task. Space, my surprise, they all are denouncing my name. What do you think? Will it be A, B, C or D? Tawkir Reza is saying sir B will be the right answer. Saloni Jha is saying sir D will be the right answer. सबसे पहले समझो, this was the project which was launched. अब आपको confusion हो रहा है कि यहाँ पर before का use करूँ या after का use करूँ. अब एक चीज देखो, I had already done. I had already done. एक छोटा सा इंडिकेशन है ऑलरेडी का. ये ऑलरेडी अपने आप में शो कर रहा है कि ये टास्क पहले हुआ है. ये टास्क पहले हुआ है. कौन सा? आपके करने वाला. तो ये प्रोजेक्ट कब लॉन्च हुआ? आपके प्रोजेक्ट करने के बाद में. तो वी कैन से द राइट आंसर विल बी ओवर हियर आफ्टर. दैट मींस दिस वाज द प्रोजेक्ट व्हिच वाज लॉन्च्ड आफ्टर आई हैड already done my task. After I had already done my task. Space, my surprise. जब भी आप noun phrases को beginning में use करते हो तो उसके लिए हम किसका use करते हैं? To का use करते हैं. To my surprise, to your surprise, to everyone's surprise, to the surprising nation. हम use करते हैं ना जब भी हम noun phrases को, तो हम सबसे पहले किसका use करते हैं? To का use करते हैं. The right option will be over here. This was the project which was launched after I had already done my task. To my surprise, they all are denouncing my name. So after and then to, that means B will be the right answer. That means B will be the right answer. Exactly. Most of the students were in favor of this particular thing only. Okay. Before यहाँ पर क्यों use नहीं कर रहे हैं? Because we are discussing about already कि भी हाँ ये चीज है वो आपने पहले की थी तो that will be after will be the thing. Next question says to you kids your my teachers who have been teaching us our childhood. Okay, my teachers who have been teaching us our childhood are now looking forward to some new kids from the other countries. Okay, once again a little long question. See here, my teachers who have been teaching us space our childhood are now looking forward to space some new kids from the other countries. Now I'll give you the options over here. A, and there will be 4 selecting. Okay, B is in, select. C is to, selected, and D will be since and then selecting. Since and then selecting. Yeah. The question says to you, my teachers who have been teaching us space a childhood are now looking forward to space some new kids from the other countries. Yes, Saloni, yeah. People are getting confused with your submission. So you need to actually go with the right submission. Saloni Jha, okay, you were waiting. That means very nice, bacha. Yes, Muskan, that's lovely glows and with the right submission. Very nice. हम एक सिंपल सा फंडा डिस्कस करते हैं कि भी why this particular answer has been selected. सबसे पहली बात है कि ये जो childhood होता है, that creates not a period of time, it creates a point of time, जहां से बचपन शुरू होता है. जब point of time की हम बात करते हैं तो हम किसका यूज करते हैं? Since का यूज करते हैं. किसका यूज करते हैं? Since का. And whenever it comes about the phrase looking forward, जिसके साथ में आप preposition यूज करते हो to, किसके साथ में? To. That means whenever it comes about to preposition, उसके बाद में हमेशा हमें किसका यूज करना होता है? gerund का यूज करना होता है. Because it becomes then what? A noun form. It becomes a noun form. इसीलिए ये जो selecting है ये यहाँ पर किसका काम करेगी? Noun phrase का काम करेगी. तो that means there will be selecting. There will be selecting. So of course this is not a part of preposition, but preposition is over there and that's a to. The question says to us, my teachers who have been teaching us since our childhood are now looking forward to selecting some new kids from the other countries. Very nice. Yeah, it's not beyond bacha. Now the next question says to you, don't you dare to raise your voice. Don't you dare to raise your voice. Your ethical status. Don't you dare to raise your voice, space, your ethical status. Perhaps I may exempt you paying your duties. Okay, now the question says to us this one, don't you dare to raise your voice, space, your ethical status. Perhaps I may exempt you, space, paying your duties. Now I'll give you a few options, and this one, A will be from, and that will be across. That will be across. B is beyond and for. C is across and for. And D is beyond and from. I hope you would be comfortable enough to read this particular question. See here, it says to you, don't you dare to raise your voice, your ethical status. Perhaps I may exempt you, space, paying your duties. हाँ दिनेश, कौन सा वाला समझ में नहीं आया बच्चा? Okay, that was I think the last question you could not be able to understand, huh? Dinesh bro, repeat होता है. Yes बच्चा, that's very simple. Now you need to answer this question. Perhaps maximum students are moving with D, and that's a lovely answer. Very nice बच्चा. This is your right answer. D is the right answer. The thing is that सबसे बड़ी बात है कि आप अगले को क्या कर रहे हो? You are saying him very threatening issue and you are calling him with your cautious status, your ethical status. That means he is not supposed to go across or beyond the ethical status. तो हमारा सबसे पहला यहाँ पर across भी सही हो सकता है, beyond भी सही हो सकता है, लेकिन across और beyond के साथ में क्या हो रहा है? आगे वाला भी पेयर है वो मैच करना चाहिए. Now it comes your exempt you. जब भी किसी चीज को exempt करवाया जाता है, जैसे मैंने कहा था कोई चीज को disengage करते हो आप, तो वो जो exemption होता है है वो किसी चीज से होता है. ओके, यू आर uprooting something from somewhere, तो it will be from, that means you from. अब यहां पर पेयर कौन सा सही बना है? डी बना है. दैट मीन्स द राइट आंसर इज डोंट यू डेयर टू रेज योर वॉइस बियॉन्ड योर एथिकल स्टेटस, परहैप्स आई मे एग्जम्प्ट यू फ्रॉम पेइंग योर ड्यूटीज. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, इट सेज टू यूज try to go the house, try to go space the house. You may even ask to enter the rooms because my father sits room only. Okay, now the options are A, in, about. B is on, around. C is about, in, and D is around, about. Around, about. See here, try to go space the house. You may even ask to enter the room because my father sits space that room only. Lucky Baba is saying that D will be the right answer. Perhaps it might be the submission of the previous question. Huh? Come on kids, what do you think? Try to go space the house. You may even ask to enter the room because my father sits space that room only. Very nice Muskan Rajput. Okay, that's lovely submission. Even right submission also. Of course, we are supposed to move with the C option. है कि जब भी किसी घर के चारों ओर की बात होती है तो हम किसका यूज कर सकते हैं? About का यूज करते हैं. We can use about. Try to go about the house. एक बार घर के चारों ओर जाओ. Even you may even ask to enter the room. या आप घर के अंदर भी जाके कमरे में जाओ. Because my father sits. जब भी कोई चीज already existing होती है, we can say that means there will be in that room only. In that room only. That means try to go about the house. You may even ask to enter the room because my father sits in that room only. Next question. It was quite difficult. It was quite difficult to disclose. It was quite difficult to disclose the time my watch as I felt embarrassing in order to disclose in order to, I would just be changing over here, in order to disclose the time which was indicated some wrong digits. Okay, it has been a little longer, please. It was quite difficult to disclose the time space my watch as I felt embarrassing in order to disclose the time which was indicated space some wrong digits. Okay, some wrong digits. Now it comes A, and that will be in, on. B is by, with. C is with, by, and D is in and with. By my watch, everyone knows, that's very lovely, है ना? ये ऐसा क्वेश्चन बहुत से कॉम्पिटिशन्स में पूछा जाता है. मैक्सिमम स्टूडेंट्स है वो वॉच के साथ में इनका यूज कर देते हैं. बट कीप इन योर माइंड एवरीवन, whenever it comes about your watch, that will not be in the watch or that will not be on the watch, that will always be by the watch. तो सबसे पहला तो आपका क्लियर हो गया, that will be by the watch है. So that means it was quite difficult to disclose the time by my watch, as I felt embarrassing in order to disclose the time which was indicated, absolutely right, which was indicated with some wrong digits. Because it was indicated with some wrong digits. There is an accompanying, I would say to, a particular coordination with that particular thing. So we are supposed to go with. So the right option and the right pair will be B, and that says to us by and with. The question says to us, it was quite difficult to disclose the time by my watch, as I felt embarrassing in order to disclose the time which was indicated with some wrong digits. Yes, very nice. Next question is, my younger brother who was delivered my birth always tries to overtake my knowledge his cross and silly questions. Okay, cross and silly questions. A is before and then through. B is after and through. C is under and before. And D is before and under. Okay, with the pair Kishan Singh. कैसे याद करना है बच्चा? There will be so many aspects to learn language यार. Even you can go with some editorials. Sir, I have to go, but I will watch it later. Sir, if my grammar is incorrect anywhere, please correct me. Thank you. Sir, I have to go, but I'll watch it later. But this later, that will be, instead of this later, there will be later. Okay. Rest all statement is very nice. So my younger brother who was delivered after my birth. Okay. Of course, he is younger. That means the thing took place afterwards. So we can say my younger brother who was delivered after my birth always tries to overtake my knowledge, and then he takes with the help of, that means through his cross questions. That means through his cross questions. So the right option will be my younger brother who was delivered after my birth always tries to overtake my knowledge through his cross and silly questions. Next question is there. The time when you pass the temple, you will find a ladder, the wall. Okay, please bring it. Okay, please bring it. By, against. B is towards. C is by, towards. And D is towards and by. संतोष, that's Madheshia. Bacha, try to go with the pair. I know around can also be right over there, but try to go with the pair. And that's the question is, the time when you pass space the temple, you will find a ladder, space the wall, please bring it. C. Maximum students are moving with C, by and towards the wall. है बच्चा, कभी भी जो लेडर्स होती है ना वो टूवर्ड्स द वॉल नहीं होती हैं. टूवर्ड्स का मतलब होता है डायरेक्शन. जब भी आप किसी डायरेक्शन की तरफ होते हो तो उसमें हम टूवर्ड्स का यूज करते हैं. जब आप कहते हो कि भी मैं स्कूल की तरफ जा रहा हूं तो वी विल बी सेइंग आई एम गोइंग टूवर्ड्स द स्कूल. लेकिन आप कहते हो कि मैं स्कूल जा रहा हूं तो टू द स्कूल का हम यूज करते हैं. तो ऑफ कोर्स वी आर नॉट रिक्वायर्ड टू यूज टूवर्ड्स जस्ट फॉर अ लेडर. लेडर जो होती है वो हमेशा दीवार के अगेंस्ट में होती है. क्या होती है? दीवार के अगेंस्ट में होती है. क्या होती है? अगेंस्ट में. अब यहां पर अगेंस्ट वाले पेयर के साथ में सिर्फ ए ही अग्री हो रहा है. एंड वाई बाय इज यूज्ड ओवर हियर? क्योंकि जब भी हम किसी चीज के पास से गुजरते हैं, जब भी हम किसी चीज के पास से गुजर रहे होते हैं, और वी कैन से दिस वन दैट या बाय द टेंपल विल बी ओवर देयर. द time when you pass by the temple, you will find a ladder against the wall, please bring it. So A will be the right answer. Which one will be? A will be the right answer. Very nice. Next question is, I tried a lot to reach time, but my boss expected me to be time. Okay, now see, A, on, in, B, in, on, C, by, on, and D is on or by. A little confusing. Even I would tell you the justification also. Now see kids, that's very simple. देखो क्या होता है, ऑन और इन का लफड़ा क्या होता है. ऑन जो होता है वो उसी टाइम के ऊपर की बात करता है. अगर आपको 4 बजे बोला गया है, दैट मीन्स बिफोर 4 o'clock, 4 बजते ही. इन का मतलब 4 o'clock से पहले. अगर आप इन टाइम आ रहे हो तो आप 4 बजे से पहले आ रहे हो. ऑन टाइम आ रहे हो तो आप 4 बजे आ रहे हो. ठीक है ना. दैट मीन्स आई ट्राइड अ लॉट टू रीच ऑन टाइम. मैंने कई बार कोशिश की ऑन टाइम पहुंचने की, फिक्स टाइम पर, बट माई बॉस एक्सपेक्टेड मी टू बी इन टाइम. लेकिन बॉस चाहते हैं कि मैं 4 बजे नहीं आऊं, 4 बजे से पहले आऊं. ओके, सो कीप इन योर माइंड. सर यस, चैप्टर्स पहले अच्छे से समझते हो, समरी को फिर क्वेश्चंस होगा. बच्चा सिंपल सा फंडा होता है स्टडी. क्या होता है कि जब लैंग्वेज को आपको लर्न करना होता है तो लैंग्वेज को अंडरस्टैंड करना होता है. उसकी जो माइन्यूटनेस होती है, उसकी जो बारीकियां होती हैं, उनको समझना बहुत जरूरी होता है. जितनी बारीकियों को आप समझ पाओगे, इसीलिए रीडिंग बहुत जरूरी है. तभी CUET ने भी मैक्सिमम जो क्वेश्चंस ले रखे हैं वो आपकी रीडिंग बेस्ड ले रखे हैं. अपने आप को कनेक्ट करो, थोड़ा सा टाइम निकालो, एडिटोरियल्स पढ़ो, मैगजीन्स पढ़ो, जर्नल्स पढ़ो, न्यूज़पेपर्स पढ़ो, आपके जो चैप्टर्स होते हैं उनको पढ़ो. आप उनके अंदर जो वर्ड्स होते हैं वो वर्ड्स आपको याद होने चाहिए, पता होने चाहिए. उन वर्ड्स के जो स्पीचेस, पार्ट्स ऑफ स्पीचेस होते हैं, उनकी जो कैटेगरीज होती है, उनके जो यूसेज होते हैं वो आपको पता होने चाहिए. देन आपका ग्रामेटिकल एस्पेक्ट है वो स्ट्रांग होना चाहिए. बस ये चीजें हो जाएगी तो फिर आपको लर्न करना ही नहीं पड़ेगा. यू विल जस्ट recall your connectivity to that particular chapter and you will be able to submit your answer. If you are comfortable with any grammatical rules, जैसे आज maximum students है ना, सर मुझे नहीं किशन को पूछना है ये और मैं उसे बता रही हूँ. हाँ, स्टडी डजंट मैटर, बट इवन दिस इज फॉर एवरीवन. जैसे कि आज के आपके मैक्सिमम सबमिशंस थे ना, वो बिल्कुल राइट थे. उसका रीजन ये था कि यू कुड बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड कि भी हाँ कहाँ पर कौन सा प्रिसाइज वे है जो हमें इस प्रेपोजिशन के बारे में सही जानकारी मिल सकती है, दे सकता है. आपकी पहले की स्टडी से, आपकी प्रीवियस नॉलेज के बिहाफ के ऊपर, जहां पर आपको नॉलेज है, आप कनेक्ट कर सकते हो अपने आप को, तो आपका आंसर 110% राइट होता है. लेकिन जहां कंफ्यूजन होता है, और वो कंफ्यूजन क्यों होता है, क्योंकि या तो हमने किसी रूल को नहीं समझा हुआ होता है, या फिर हमने किसी चैप्टर को नहीं पता होता है, या हमें कोई वर्ड है उसका मीनिंग नहीं आता है, या हमें जो सेंटेंस की फ्रेमिंग होती है वो हमें नहीं आता है। तो यू नीड टू बी वेरी कंफर्टेबल। आपको जो बेसिक ग्रामेटिकल चीजें होती है वो पता होनी चाहिए, जो बेसिक रूल्स होते हैं वो पता होने चाहिए। फिर जो आपके वर्ड्स यूज होते हैं डे टू डे लाइफ के अंदर, या आपके पूरे के पूरे चैप्टर्स में, आपके पूरे के पूरे बुक्स में, स्पेसिफिकली 9th ऑनवर्ड्स की बुक्स में आपके, उनको समझना बहुत जरूरी होता है। सेंटेंसेस फ्रेम कैसे होते हैं, सेंटेंसेस के एग्रीमेंट है वो किस तरीके से होते हैं। तो इन केस इफ यू कैन क्रिएट दीज ऑल अप्रोचेस, परहैप्स आई थिंक लैंग्वेज विल बी वेरी इजी थिंग फॉर यू. Okay kids, so this was very nice, this was very lovely, as I think a few questions we could be able to understand over here, but that's very nice. Sir, watching English vlogs also helps us. हाँ, that's very nice. My perception is only one. जितना देख सकते हो, जितना समझ सकते हो, जितना पकड़ सकते हो, चाहे किसी बुक से, चाहे किसी वीडियो से, चाहे किसी भी चीज से, जो चीज आपको इनहेंस कर सकती है, आपको ब्रॉड कर सकती है, आपको आई वुड से टू यू अमेलियरेट कर सकती है, आप उसको पकड़ो। आप चाहे वो वीडियो हो, चाहे वो ऑडियो हो, चाहे वो बुक हो, चाहे वो रीडिंग हो, कुछ भी हो, ठीक है। लकी बाबा सर, शायरी हो जाए एंड में। ऑफ कोर्स आई स्टार्टेड माय जर्नी विद दिस पर्टिकुलर सेशन बेस्ड अपॉन preposition with Mirza Ghalib, so I just want to end it also with the traditional aspect of Mirza Ghalib when he says very beautifully and very amazingly. What he says, हजारों ख्वाहिशें ऐसी कि हर ख्वाहिश पे दम निकले, हजारों ख्वाहिशें ऐसी कि हर ख्वाहिश पे दम निकले, बहुत निकले मेरे अरमान लेकिन फिर भी कम निकले। मोहब्बत में नहीं है फर्क जीने और मरने का, उसी को देखकर जीते हैं जिस काफिर पे दम निकले। खुदा के वास्ते पर्दा ना काबे से हटा जालिम, कहीं ऐसा ना हो या भी वही काफिर सनम निकले। हजारों ख्वाहिशें ऐसी कि हर ख्वाहिश पे दम निकले, बहुत निकले मेरे अरमान लेकिन फिर भी कम निकले। So love you all linguisticians. Next week with the same schedules and with the same timing we will again be discussing, and till then stay healthy and stay safe everyone, and enjoy your remaining day besides a weekend ahead. Thank you, bye, love you.